Hey everybody, what is going on? Hexlex here. I got another Master Duel video for you, and it's Monday, which of course means it is once again time for another one of our weekly viewer specials. For those who might be unaware, every single week on Mondays, we run this video series where we watch replays from you all, the viewers. It doesn't have to be anything special, no criteria to meet. It's just an opportunity for you all to show off what you've been cooking, or some really cool and close games that you might have had recently. If you are interested in participating, which I gotta stop and say, thank you. I say it at the, usually at the end of every video, but I'll say it at the beginning of this one. Thank you to everyone who does submit, even if, you know, your submission doesn't make it, because we only show about 3 per week, right? Only so many people can make it, but the fact that so many people submit every week means that we can keep doing this series. And I really like not only watching your games, but also giving you all the chance to show off what you've been doing. So thank you for everyone who does choose to submit. It really does go a long way. If you want to submit a replay, simply head down to the description below. You'll find an invite link to our Discord server, the Hexlexplex, under the Master Duel section. There is a channel called Viewer Special Submissions where you can drop your ID, your 9-digit duelist ID as seen here. That way I can see your publicly saved replays. Please do make sure that this ID is correct and that those replays are set to public. Those are definitely the big things that stop me from seeing people's games. If you have multiple different replays, then you can definitely submit as many different replays as you have. The only things I ask are that 1, if you have multiple replays saved, just leave either your opponent's name or the date and time so that I know which game you want me to see. And 2, I just ask that you don't submit like the same replay over and over again. But if you've got like, how many are there, 15 slots now? If you've got 15 different games, you can submit 15 different replays. That is A-okay with me. I think that just about covers everything. So why don't we go ahead and start taking a look at your duels. Okay, so our first game for this video comes to us from Snoozespect, who has a game playing Runic Ashened, which is a list I've heard about, but haven't seen yet in action. I've only played against Ashened once on ladder. I think I actually showed that game in a video. It was more of a pure build, and wasn't the most impressed, but I'm willing to take a look at it, you know, especially combined with another powerful archetype like Runic. Yeah, the thing about Ashen is, like, it just doesn't do enough. It's a cool archetype, I'm not denying that, but maybe the Runic archetype will help it kind of get there. What's our opponent on here? Looks to be Drytron, using the new one. Also, what is this? Oh, it's the Amorphage, or the the Amorphous ritual monster. Interesting. As well as a single copy of Guardian? Whoa, this is a weird ritual build, but yeah, I'm definitely down to check this out. I also saw a Dragoon package in there. Alright, let's see what we got here. 9-turn game, so it should be pretty back and forth. Looks like we're going second, I think I saw. Let's see how this all shakes out. Yep, we're going second. Okay, we opened Super Poly, not bad, going second. Runic Destruction actually isn't either. Got Videos, the Field Spell, and then one of the trap cards. Okay, I think this might be the only trap card. Anyway. Okay, so our opponent's leading with some voiceless plays, and they actually milled the Metatonus Drytron. That's pretty cool. We're using Jack, or they're using Jack in the Box rather, for low as well as 2 of the Drytrons. Huh, that's interesting. I gotta say, you know, these seem to play a bit better together than I suspected. Well, I don't know, it's like, of course Drytron would play well with a ritual deck. That's kind of like the whole point of Drytron, right? They're an archetype, but they're also kind of supposed to be generic ritual support, in a way. So it makes sense. Alright, so it looks like Saphira is using the Amorphage ritual monster, or Amorphous, rather, to go into the Skull Guardian. Okay, Skull Guardian F gets to add the low. I don't think they have normal summoned, right? Nope. Normal summon low. Gonna activate the Gamma from the yard. Alpha Thuban gets to come back, overlay into Beta Fafnir, I imagine. Yep. Fafnir F, going to send a Drytron card that's going to be Alteus, okay. And then, yep, we get to use our Season Materials to ritual summon. Okay, what does this actually do? I clicked on it before, but I didn't actually bother reading it. Oh, right. This is that card. Yeah, they're using all the turn skip combos. This card is Ritual Summon. Skip the main phase 1 of your opponent's next turn. Negate the effects of Fusion, Synchro, and Exceed monsters while they're on the field. Ooh, that's pretty brutal. Interesting. Alright. Oh, but now they're getting linked off? Huh? Is it going to come back, I wonder? Oh, it's Dynamundo, isn't it? No, it's Vert Anaconda. What? That's weird. I felt like... I mean, I guess to be fair, the main phase 1 is still skipped, but... I kind of feel like having these out is better than having a Dragoon out. Like, that continuous negate effect is probably going to be pretty important. Or would have been. Weird. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, that was a little puzzling to me, but I guess not the most awful play you could make. Alright, so draw phase were to go Super Poly, fusing their Vert Anaconda and Dragoon, letting us go into the Predaplant Dragostapelia. Of course, our main phase 1 is going to be skipped. We can still Runic Destruction during the battle phase. It's going to proc the Skull Guardian. We're chaining Awakening of VODS. And if your opponent controls one of their field zone, you can special. Interesting, okay. So we're putting it in their field zone. I didn't even really think about that. I just assumed you put it in your own field zone. Right, oh, they do have another continuous trap. Okay, Ashened to Endless. Alright, here we finally get our engine online. I say finally. It's only turn 2 of the duel, our first turn. I guess I say finally because I'm like, oh, finally I get to watch an Ashened game where the engine is played out. Again, my only experience with this deck was them going for one of the fusions, and it was basically a vanilla. Didn't really end up doing anything. Alright, going into our opponent's turn, they've got the Skull Guardian live. We've got the Dragostapelia. What do these trap cards do, by the way? You can add stuff, target a monster your opponent controls that you own, take control. They lose attack equal to that monster's attack. Fusion Summon. Okay, so we can quick Fusion Summon. That's cool. Alright, looks like we're activating the Ashened for Eternity now, adding the VODS back to my hand. Or our hand, rather. VODS? It's probably VODS, not VODS. There's not another E in there. Yeah, the weird fantasy names really seem to set off my my dyslexia. I don't know what it is about that, but anyway. Relinquish Anima coming down here. We're going to use the Dragostapelia on that to ensure it doesn't get to take our monster. Definitely a smart move. They're going to link off until it looks like SP Little Knight. And let's see what Little Knight ends up targeting. Okay, yeah, there's just the Dragostapelia. I mean, we already used it, right? That's fine at this point. Alright, they're going to get the Drytron Ritual spell back, and I think whose total attack equals or exceeds. Okay, so they would need another Drytron monster unless they have one in hand here. Okay, they're about to get one. Because, yeah, they can add the Nova off the field spell, activate Nova, summon a Drytron. Then they can use the Ritual spell on these two, and then, yeah, summon the Draconis, Mechonis thing. I don't remember what its name is that they just added. Metonus Draconis. Or Medianus. It could be Meteor, because, like, stars, Drytron. I don't know. Anyway. Sky Striker Ace Azalea coming out next. That one's going to eat the face down. Moving to battle, but we have a pretty solid board protecting us here. Oh, they only get to battle with one monster? That's weird. Must be one of the effects that I missed. Extinguishing rather, the Ashen. That's one that mills, right? Yep. I looks like they're going to use the Metonus effect to send a couple of our cards to the yard. I don't think that super matters at this point, does it? Well, actually, I have no idea if that matters or not. We did lose our trap card, but yeah, I don't really know if this effect was going to come up during this turn. Alright, give them Vetoes. Fafnir F doesn't get to activate because it's destroyed. That's pretty cool. Ooh, I feel like... Wait, was that a search or a draw? That was a search, wasn't it? Okay, yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, that was a really good top deck, but nah. Alright, sure enough, our big boy is gonna end up popping the whole board, our big Pyro monster, and now we're looking a lot better for this game. That's kind of, I think, what Ashen is really trying to do, is get off that, like, combination of effects, right? Where was it? Yeah, the VODS effect, and then VODS gets to pop the whole board. Certainly very good here. Yep, our opponent can only set a couple of cards before passing right back over to us. You know, Maxi actually is not a bad draw in a circumstance like this. Like, yeah, it's not going to help us close out the game this turn, but, like, just having such a powerful hand trap to use during the opponent's turn, if they happen to top deck something, is so good. Yeah, we're just going to fire it off right here, because this is our opponent's last turn anyway, right? Essentially, if they, like... Ooh, they top deck Ben 10, wow. If they were to just pass there, we just swing in for lethal. So I think it's fine to shotgun Maxi if, like, you know it's going to be only one more turn. Also, our opponent has, like, so few cards in hand. It's like they're not going to have Gamma or Triple Attack. Drytron doesn't even really play those cards anyway. Alright, so they are popping off a little bit here. We get to summon our VODS. Obsidian's going to summon Priestess. Priestess F adds another Obsidian. Hero F gets to pop VODS, and then VODS F, boom, pops the whole field. So that's kind of the gameplay loop that I think Ashen is trying to go for, is disrupting your opponent by wiping the board, which is a pretty good form of disruption. Alright, now they're going for the Makonko side of there. This person really is playing every ritual deck in one, aren't they? Yeah, but of course the Makonko by herself can't really accomplish too much. Gonna golden drop it. They are down to 7 cards in deck. It's actually very much worth noting. Wait, are we actually just gonna mill them out? I think we are. Like, because I see the Smiting Storm in our hand too. I think that's literally what's about to happen here. Yep. Oh, that's funny. That's actually really funny. I was not expecting that. And of course, we are going to set up that VODS gameplay loop again for good measure. Just in case they did happen to have something somehow. We could still wipe the board. Oh, and there's Fountain right at the end too. Not that we needed it. Wow. Alright, so that is, that's a pretty good example, I think, of how Ashened and Runic can... Well, I don't know if it's so much an example of how they work together, but more like we actually got to see Ashen's gameplay loop. And then Runic's deck people out. That's fun. Thank you for that game, Snoozespecs. We, of course, have a couple more. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next one. Alright, our next replay comes to us from Pancake, aka the Purple Pancake, over on the Discord server. She's got a replay with ninjas against Yubel. 17 turns! 17. That's one of the longer ones we've definitely had submitted. And I actually don't remember the last time that we've seen Ninja, so very eager to see how this game plays out. We got the Book of Eclipse and the triple Karma Cannon as well. Of course, Ninja really does like to flip our opponent's stuff face down, so playing some powerful disruption tools in order to aid in that. And our opponent is going to be on, yeah, just a relatively standard Yubel list here. Let's go ahead and dive right on in. Yeah, ninjas. Those of you who have watched a fair amount of my videos and streams in the past know that I don't particularly like playing against ninjas. But that doesn't mean I don't think it's a cool deck. Alright, so we're taking the first turn with a very second turn looking hand. We're going to set those 2 cards and pass right back over to our opponent here. They're going to set 3 before normal summoning Dark Beckoning Beast. Wow. We're going to imperm that. Incidentally also hitting one of the face down cards, but it doesn't look like our opponent is going to flip it up anyway. 4 face downs in a Yubel deck. Wow, what could those be? Alright, still no plays here. We did get Geo. I'm shaking my fist, my sworn enemy. It's like, this card is like the main reason I don't like playing against ninjas. But, again, it's all good. Alright, we're going to Ash their Yama. Definitely a smart move here, considering, well, they've telegraphed by playing 4 cards face down that they don't have any more play. I wonder what these 4 face down cards could be. I feel like at least one of them has to be a bluff, but I feel like at a certain point, bluffing is like a moot point, and this is definitely one of those points. You almost, in modern Yu-Gi-Oh, bluff better by holding cards in your hand than setting them face down, honestly. Okay, I wondered if Abominable Chamber was going to be one of them. I'm a little surprised it's only just now getting played. Like, I'm a little surprised, I guess they didn't try to go for this last turn. I guess, to be fair, they are playing more Unchained stuff than just Yubel, but I don't know. Weird. Alright, so Bari F activating. Opponent's going to try to Ghost Ogre. I'm pretty sure this card just can't be destroyed, period, right? Yeah. So that was a wasted Ghost Ogre. Refusing to Bari with the Geo in hand to summon Mizan, the Battle Ninja. Opponent's going to Super Poly. Interesting. Oh, so yeah, they're on all of their Unchained stuff. I guess I should say, because I said it was a standard Yubel list, but I guess I should have looked a little closer. It's very much a Unchained Yubel list. Alright, we do have Hanzo. But we're not... Oh, because we can... Wait, can we... This thing's specials from hand, right? Or is that another ninja art that I'm thinking of? Target a ninja monster, face down, tribute special... Oh, it's specials from deck, not from hand. Okay, I see. Beep, there we go. Interesting, I wonder why we didn't play Hanzo. I'm sure there is a specific reason. I just don't know what it is. Okay, now we're... Oh, we might have already summoned or something? I don't know. Anyway. Gonna go for the Hanzo. Opponent's going to chain Dragos Stapelia, but we get to, yeah, chain the Dancing Leaves. Oh, because it would have been negated because we had just set Dancing Leaves. We needed it to... Yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah, we needed the Dancing Leaves to be able to be activated to respond to the Dragos Stapelia effect. We've got an Imperm for our Baku. It's a little annoying, but I think ultimately not a deal breaker as far as, like, being in a good spot here. Then just summon to your field, target a ninja monster on your graveyard, add it to your hand, but you can't activate those cards, will be destroyed. You can banish a ninja instead. Okay. Alright, opponent's going to activate Nightmare Pain and Dragos Stapelia. Nightmare Pain F to pop the Spirit in hand, adding Eternal Favorite. Not Grave Scrimmer, interesting. Okay. Gonna use Max C in response to the Spirit F as they summon Yubel from deck. Setting Eternal Favorite, we're going to... Yeah, use the Ninjutsu Art of Dancing Leaves F to bounce. Let's see if they actually... Okay, I was gonna say, there's no way, right? They would tribute the Dragos Stapelia. They're gonna bring back Abominable Unchained. Or Wait, what is it called? Abominable Unchained Soul, that's what it is, okay. Okay, Eternal Favorite bringing back Spirit. They don't have anything left to search, really? That's surprising. Going for Phantom, I see. Okay. Tobari still can't be destroyed. That's also not an activated effect, Dragos Stapelia. And here is the Karma Cannon. Flipping everything face down, including our own ninja, we can tribute their face down monster. This will bait out the Ash Blossom that's in their hand. It's funny how, like, with so... like, few onboard resources, we're just keeping control of this game. I mean, we do have these hand traps, so we haven't even, like, used them, of course, because they're just still sitting in our hand, but it's really been through our, like, one ninja monster at a time in combination with the Dancing Leaves that we've been able to maintain control of this board state. That's pretty wild. Oh, I always forget this deck has a link to, that's right. Grandmaster Saizo, it's going to get hit with the Imperm. Also, good call, by the way, on our part, sending the Yubel. If we can pause. Did we send the Yubel? Oh, no, it was the Phantom, right. Oh, right. They have to have a card in hand to be able to use the Super Poly effect. Because I was going to say, even though the Yubel is face down, they could still Super Poly, but they have to have discard a card to be able to do that. So they can't, never mind. Dancing Leaves gets to bounce and then reset itself. Passing back over, we're going to flip that up during their draw phase. Send off the Spirit, summon Tobari. We get to add the Hanzo back to hand. They're immediately going to fire off with the Eternal Favorite Revive effect. I think that's a little bit of a misplay. I guess, actually, to be fair, I don't think they can use a face-down Yubel because of the card effect says if you control Yubel. Normally you can fuse with face-downs, but I think you have to actually be the one controlling Yubel to do that. Opponent, Tobari still cannot be destroyed, and that is still not an activated effect. That's funny. Okay, Unchained Soul of Rage. Might be a little scary, but probably not that bad. Normal Hanzo. Yep, they're going to use that now. Fuse, or not fuse, link with our Tobari. Didn't they already make SP, or was it the last game? I think that was the last game. Or maybe that was this game, because they're going for Anguish. Or maybe they're just not playing SP. I don't know. Ooh, we get to set the equip spell directly from our deck. This is pretty huge. Getting to pop the Eternal Favorite here. Stopping that gameplay loop from our opponent. Using the Notebook to set Tobari as well as Ninjutsu. Oh my god, okay, we're so good now. We were already maintaining pretty good control of the board state. But now this is Ninja just popping off this turn right here. Absolutely just popping off. And it's funny because it might not look like popping off relative to a lot of other decks, but you gotta keep in mind that Ninja is a control deck. It's very good at doing that. Alright, we're linking Saizo. Okay, we're going to SP, I see. SP effect gets to banish the Nightmare Pain. Again, I really like that we're stopping this, like, resource loop from our opponent here. Also, I believe the equip spell, yep, can be used here. Oh, no, because it didn't treat it as a ninja monster, but it is a ninja card, right? Or a ninjutsu card. All available in a structure deck, by the way. This is all available in a structure deck, so not only is it a really cool control deck, but it's also an extremely budget one as well. Alright, they're going to normal the D-Lotus. We've got an Imperm. We have so many ways to stop them here. It's just, like, not even funny at this point. In response to Nightmare Pain, we're going to, of course, banish the Spirit of Yubel with the SP Little Knight effect. Ninjutsu Art of Duplication is going to get used. Summoning out Mitsu and Green Ninja. Oh, honey. No. Oh, we are clicking yellow buttons out of desperation, or at least our opponent is. Yeah, look how quickly after that, like, big turn, the board state shifted here. We now have 6 cards in hand and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards on field to our opponent's 1 card in hand and lone and Nightmare Pain on the field. In fact, this actually... Oh yeah, this is turn 17, so this is going to be the turn we end the game. I was going to say this is probably our big OTK turn. Well, effectively an OTK. Thank you very much for that submission, Pancake. Yeah, 17 turns is definitely one of the longer submissions we've had in the viewer special. Not unexpected from ninjas. But that was a very, very cool game showing just how well ninjas can keep control of the board state without Geo either. I noticed that. We didn't ever flip stuff down and lock it out with Geo, which is also really neat. Anyway, thank you for that submission. We got time for one more. Let's finish off with that one. And our final game is going to come to us from Kintaku, who has a game where they're playing Ashened versus Runic Stun. I think this one's more of a pure variant. Let me see here. Looks like it. I mean, we're playing a Kashtira package as well. But it looks like a very solid construction for an Ashen build. It's funny because even Kintaku admits that Ashen's getting a bad rap for somewhat of a good reason. But the deck has really interesting interaction with Runic thanks to Awakening. True. Looks like our opponent's going to be on Runic Stun in particular. So, another very, very back and forth longer game. They've all been like that this week, haven't they? But that's pretty cool. We like to see it. Alright, so our opponent's going first. Never that exciting to have Runic Stun go first, but let's see what they end up doing here. Pot of Duality revealing Majesty's Fiend, Flashing Fire, and Flashing Fire. They're going to end up adding the Majesty's Fiend. Activating Runic Tip to add Fountain, of course, makes sense. Banishing Max C from the top of our deck. That's actually a pretty good banish for us. Normal Summon Fossil Line to pass. Really? I wonder... I mean, I guess that makes sense to add Majesties and not Flashing. Kind of. If you have Tip, I think I would add the Flashing, but I guess if you have Fossil Line out, monsters are going to get Special Summoned anyway. Interesting. Anyway. Awakening of Vedas. So this would be the interaction that we have with Runic, is that we can just take Fountain off of their field and put our own field spell on their side. That's definitely going to slow down how well they're able to cycle through their deck and deck us out, and then also, of course, get more resources. Tributing Fossil Liner for Majesty's Fiend. Definitely was not a good call, especially with the face down card that we happen to have here. I wonder what if we have anything that we can use to fuse into the Majesty's Fiend, though, for Super Poly targets. Yeah, I was gonna say Muddragon, Garura. Oh, but this turns everything into Pyros, right? Oh, only special summoned monsters. Okay, never mind. Okay, so we're chaining Super Poly here, but it looks like it's more to dodge the flashing fire disruption here. Going into Embers of the Ashened, which is definitely strong enough to battle over the Majesty's Fiend here. Yeah, I mean, we're in a really good spot. That's so funny. This does have a really, really positive interaction with with especially Runic stun, doesn't it? The opponent found a time-tearing Morganite, but I think it's a little bit too late for that. Okay, they're going to use Jerry here to get back their Fountain. That makes sense. I wondered when that was going to happen. But they don't even play the Fountain, probably because they don't even have a Runic spell in hand. Extinguishing the Ashen, I don't think is actually a bad top deck here at all, right? Yeah, we get to add the VODS back to hand. Alright, we lose our Embers of the Ashen here, which isn't ideal, but interesting. I was going to say we're in a bit of a top deck war now. Unfortunately, our opponent having the Runic Fountain as well as the time-tearing Morganite is going to put that really in their favor. Well, the Fountain's going to be not around for very long, though, is it? Yeah. Because we're just going to get rid of that with the VODS. Yeah, they can summon Jerry and add back Fountain again. They only have so many of those Jerrys, though. Our resource loop is able to outpace theirs in that regard. The thing about Ashened, I think, is that it has an interesting gameplay loop. It's just way too slow. That's the thing I've noticed when watching these Ashened games, I think, is that I understand what they're going for, but I just think it's like way too slow. I was gonna say a little bit, no, it's way too slow. Okay, so they double tributed for Vanity's Ruler, but that actually just triggered the VODS effect to then destroy the Vanity's Ruler. That's really funny, actually. Yep, summoning VODS again, popping the Field Spell F gets summoned Priestess F gets to add the Rekindling, and then during the end phase we get to use the Field Spell to put the Obsidian back into the bottom of the deck and then draw another card. Again, I think it's and of course as we're doing this, the VODS is popping the board. I do think it's a really, really cool gameplay loop. Again, I think it's way too slow for modern Yu-Gi-Oh! If this deck had come out like, I don't even know how many years ago this would have had to have come out, honestly, off the top of my head, for it to be, like, not broken, but still good. It would have to be quite a while ago, I think. But anyway, still a cool deck, still a very, very good game. Thank you very much, Kintaku. Definitely showing how Perseverance in a stun matchup can definitely pay off. But we're going to go ahead and finish off with that one. Thanks, everyone, so much for submitting. Like I said before, that definitely does mean a lot. Even if you don't get picked, you know, there's still always the next week for more games. But that'll do it for this one. Like I said, let's just move on now to our outro. Hey everybody, Hexlex here. Just want to give you a huge thanks for watching all the way to the very end of the video. Believe it or not, that is actually one of the best ways that you can support the channel, is by watching the videos in their entirety. But there are many ways in which you can support the channel if you are so interested. The names that you're seeing on screen here, I gotta give an extra special thanks to, because these are people who have chosen to either become a member on YouTube, which if you're interested you can do as well via the join button next to the subscribe button down there, or have signed up over on Patreon and become members there. Link to that is going to be in the description below. Without the support that is being offered by, again, all the people that you're seeing on screen right here, I would not be able to take the time to dedicate to uploading daily YouTube videos. So thank you so very much. But there are also other ways you can support as well. Again, link to the description below. If you like my deck tracker that you'll see in a lot of my videos, the Untapped Companion, you can download that for free, and if you use my affiliate link down there, then that also goes a long way towards supporting the channel. That's, again, free. So is subscribing here on YouTube. That's also free and a huge way to support. You can also check out Twitch, once again linked in the description below. Following and subscribing over there will not only support as well, but also give you notifications of when I go live if you want to catch some of the live streams. But really, no matter how you choose to support, it all adds up and it all definitely means the world. So thank you, each and every one of you. For now, this is Hexlex. I'm going to be signing out, but more than that, I'm hoping that you have a fantastic day.